Hello, everyone, and welcome to NMR episode 11. I am your host this time, Ryan. As Ben and I have found out, apparently I am odd because each of us kind of forget every time we record. How you doing tonight, Ben?
I am good. I think I should have been odds because it would have been easy for me to remember. But
It would have been odd, yeah.
yes, because I am not even. So yeah, it's good to be back. We're still it's nice kind of taking 2 weeks right now at a time. We have a little more to talk about and nice recharge from the mental drain that each of these podcasts entail.
Oh, damn.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No, I know. Yeah, we cut it down quite a little bit. We have our recent plays, which we'll probably talk more about, and our main topic, which are each generation of gaming console. What is our favorite game from each of those? Which was quite difficult. I was like racking my brain, and except one of them was kind of funny, but we'll
Yeah,
get there.
well,
We'll get
I
there.
was I was like, well, what if we do our favorite game of all time? And you're like, "Pff, I don't know. And I'm like, wow, boring. Jesus, hard crowd. So then I'm like, well, let's make it interesting. That's like every favorite game from every console generation that we've played. And then it's like, yeah, that sounds fun. And then you actually think about it and you're like, oh, jeez.
Oh no!
Yeah. But I try
I
not to think about it too much because I have a lot of contenders there.
I do too. Some generations were easier than others, but
Yes,
uh,
for
it, it,
sure.
and then one of them was so difficult that I don't even know if I have a game.
Yeah, you know what? Just make one up.
All right. No, I'm not going to be able to think that quickly on the fly. As a mean guy once told me, I'm slow.
Oh, hey, come on now. I did not say that.
All right,
But,
so
you ain't I was gonna say we can get into our recent plays. My recent plays, we're skipping you, Ryan.
no, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna ask you, what have you been playing?
Well, it's doing it every 2 weeks, sometimes it's like, sometimes I'm like, "Did I mention that in the last one, or was it 2 episodes
That
ago?"
happened in this one, yeah.
Yeah, but I think at the last episode, I had mentioned I started playing Civ 5 again. And
Yes,
yeah,
yeah.
and I played Civ 5. I was like, "Oh, it's taking all my time." Well, shortly after we recorded that, I had a few more like days that I had to question what I was doing with my life because I it's just all a blur. I went to war with Germany. I ended up going. It was just it ended up being like a world war after I attacked Germany, no one cared, and then I attacked like Mexico or whatever, and then freaking it's 12 countries popped up saying they declared war on me, and at that point I was a superpower, and I've just been at war for a couple days after. It was one of those things where I completely burned myself out with it again because I literally was putting in 4 to 5 hour sessions in each night, and I'd work
Putting
the
in
next day.
shifts.
Yes, I was. Hey, my country wasn't going to run itself, but so I kind of burned myself out just like I did the last time I played that game. Outside of that, I had mentioned that Chibi-Robo was coming out
Mhm.
I think it was the next day after we recorded last time, and I never played that game. I knew it was on the GameCube, and it's one of those really hard GameCube games to get. If you want to get it on eBay, it's like 150 to $300. So there's only a few games. If it was for a game series that I always played, maybe I do that, but I wasn't gonna do that with this. So it was nice to
Is
be
it
able to
worth
play it.
300?
Um, Not worth 300, but if I
Average
know what
price
I
for
know
games,
now
probably.
about how much I enjoy it, I would probably drop 60 on eBay or something for it. It's
That's fair,
really
yeah.
it's really fun. It's one of those games, those old 64 GameCube platformers that there's just a lot of secrets you can just find by exploring, and it's just
Yeah.
more of that organic discovery compared to nowadays. Like, I sound so old, but where it's almost just like holding your hand to things. You have that little arrow pointing you to where to go. um
Yeah.
I think there's a place for that, but I don't know. I'm always one of those people that I like that throwing you in the world, like Elden Ring, Breath of the Wild, those old 3D platformers, where it's just like go figure things out. And that's what this game is. There's so many things to discover, and it's like a what do you call it? One of those world puzzler games where the world
Okay.
is a puzzle. So you kind of find these random things out to like just as you explore. And it's not one of those games where I feel like at any point I was just stuck and I just got frustrated because I couldn't find what to do because there's so many different things to do. As I'm doing one thing, I figure out something else, and Rachel is really enjoying it too. She's like, "What if you do that?" And I'm like, "Okay." And then ended up fixing a problem I had to do something else. Like there's one thing where your little
Nice.
companion character's like, "Oh, Chibi-Robo, if you put on your if you put up your emergency room outfit and you hit Z, you like clapped on the ground and you can just go. It will take you. I'll take you straight back to the like house or whatever, your little pod thing." But
Yeah.
so I did it because Rachel's like, "Oh, what? Do that." And I usually just let the whole day run out. That's what needs to happen to go back anyway. So I'm like, okay.
Okay.
And then I do it, and then I wake up in the house, but I have this like this sheet outfit on that looks like a ghost, and it's like a ghost with a long tongue. And every time you have a different outfit on, you hit the Z button, it does a little thing. So that
Hmm.
outfit was actually what was an outfit I was looking to get to help with another puzzle. So it's
That's
just like
pretty neat.
weird things like that where you can figure out a whole bunch of different problems because at night there's toys in the house. It's like Toy Story. They come to life at night and like when the people of the house aren't around, and during the
Yeah.
day they don't move or they're not in the sight of the people. And it's like a dysfunctional family. It gets a little bit deep sometimes. Like you're like helping the family, and all of a sudden it's all silly, and the mom's like, "You tell George," or whoever the dad's name is. It's like, "Give him this letter." And then she's like talking about wanting to get a divorce and stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh, what's going on?" And then there's a little girl in a frog outfit who looks traumatized. There's a part where you're in her room at night and she's like staring at the TV, and there's like alien symbols popping up on the screen. Like she's
Oh,
getting
that's
like,
crazy.
I know it's like a silly looking game, but then there's this really heavy themes going on, and I
That's
love that kind of
wild.
stuff. Rachel's really liking it because it is cutesy and funny, but there are more serious themes as well. So definitely enjoying it. There's some of that old platformer jank with the camera and stuff, but
Oh,
it's
okay.
better than the 64 because it was the GameCube. It's just like some stuff here and there, but luckily there's restore points. So if there's like a really janky platforming area, I just made a restore point. I have no shame with
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I
No, you
uh
should.
I should have I should have shame with it.
No, no,
No.
you should make a restore point
Yeah,
because sometimes it does happen.
yeah, and it's like we don't have time as adults to like do it 30 times. You fall off the I fall off a bookcase and I literally have to go on a mountain expedition because you're like 2 centimeters tall as Chibi-Robo to get back to where I was. I'm like restore point. But that's Chibi-Robo. Definitely recommend it if you have a Switch 2 and you have the expansion pack. It's definitely it's worth playing for sure. Outside of that, I went back to Expedition 33. I know you're giving me crap like
Nice.
I didn't finish it. And I don't know why I left because I'm having a blast with it again. I'm beating more bosses, upgrading my character, still getting ready for that final fight. Um, and then other than that, I've been playing Elden Ring Night Rain with Brandon. They added a duos mode, or they did an update where they balanced it for duos, which is
Okay.
nice. And I feel like they balanced it pretty decently, but at the same time, when you don't have three people, you can't artificially adjust the difficulty where like when you have three people, you have one extra person to farm aggro or to
Oh,
pick another
yeah.
person up. So I think they did a good job with the balancing with the health and everything of the bosses, but you can't really make it as easy or easier
Yeah,
than
you're still
threes.
kinda stuck because there's still
Yeah,
just 2.
but we've been doing good. We beat a few of the different expeditions or whatever with that. Um, which I'm confusing myself. I'm like Expedition 33, but they're literally called expeditions, a different like challenge or the levels or whatever. So yeah, that's about what I've been playing the last 2 weeks. I've been trying to. That's only what like 4 games, so I'm doing a little better with not letting my ADHD make me play like 20 different games.
It depends how long those games are. I mean, Civ 5 is a already heavy hitter. Expedition 33, another heavy
To be
hitter.
fair, I only played that about 3 days after our last podcast. those 3 days probably equaled more playtime than the other games, but but it was only a few days before I said, "My mental health needs a break from this."
I
So how
understand.
about you?
I I know you see it, and I know I talk about it quite a lot,
Oh,
and
what,
it's the
that old thing? Oh,
yeah,
I thought you forgot to
this old
delete that from the
game.
last episode.
You make me wonder though, because I'm kind of curious. Don't you dare say anything after that. I see you move that cursor over.
Yeah.
No, I got back in the Kingdom Come Deliverance again. You know, it's such like a big game, so it's gonna take me a while to beat. Some reason why I loaded back into the game, the glitch, whatever happened prior, wasn't there. So now I'm able to fast travel and just do, I don't know, just all the stuff I couldn't really before when I got frustrated with it. So I'm glad
Yeah.
that it somehow fixed itself.
Yeah, I'm happy for you.
But going back to do a lot of the side quests and stuff like that, I should be going back to the town to build that up, but I got really distracted with a bunch of the little side things that I haven't done before. Yeah. This is all in hopes that I'll get done to do the DLC coming out for the second Kingdom Come Deliverance. That's the one where you own your own forge and house
Yeah.
and like store. So I'm really
Yeah.
looking forward to that. They keep boasting like over a million possibilities of like how to customize. I'm like, oh no, I really want to play
You're
that.
like sweating. You're like, "Oh my, a million? Stop."
I do want to play it. It comes out soon though. It probably by the time this airs, it'll probably be out.
Yeah, I
We'll see if
mean,
I play it.
there's a lot of stuff coming. I mean, there's the that Chronos game coming
I
soon.
already Is that out? I saw like a really good review about it. Maybe
Sometimes
that could have been like one of the first few people that have like played it.
I'll be the researcher for this
All right,
episode.
that works. Another one that I played is called Tiny Terraces. They hit me up on. Well, they didn't really hit me up on TikTok. I
Oh, it
would
is
just see
out.
them as I scroll. Is it out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember what the title was, but it pretty much
Chronos: A
alluded
New
to like
Dawn.
it was
Chronos: A
like
New
a
Dawn.
solid horror game, is what they said.
Oh, that's good. That's
So
good. That makes me
solid.
want to get it. Yeah.
Yeah, I
That'd
know.
be a good joint playthrough to do.
It would. It would. Yeah, go ahead, Ben. You keep playing.
No, you play, I watch, and I'll help you.
Just commentary.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude, run.
I'll comfort you. I'll be like, "It's okay, Ryan. A scary monster went away.
Yeah, just go ahead and run a little faster. You'll get away.
Come on, guy. You can get away. You can do it." No, I'd be scared too. I'd be like, you'd see me you just see my backdrop, and I'd be gone. Like, "Ben, where'd you go?"
What am I supposed to do?
Oh,
You're
I
just
can't
gone.
control your computer from here, Ryan.
That would be good, but I feel like right now it's still full price, so we'll see what happens. Maybe by the time we get to it, it'll
Yeah,
drop
that's
a little bit,
definitely
and we could play
a
that.
deal one I would do if it had to be like at least 30% off. Not that it's not worth the 60, it's just I'm
I
not the
agree.
biggest horror person. It takes something like a good horror game to be on Game Pass for me to be like, maybe like the remake of Dead Space is on Game Pass, so I was
Oh,
tempted with
nice.
that.
You should definitely try Amnesia: The Bunker. That's a good one.
Yeah, I did hear that. I had a friend in high school who played a lot of the Amnesia games. Um, oh, I forgot to mention on my my plays that I did try out a Grounded 2.
Oh, did you? Is that
Yeah,
when you sent it to me?
yeah, it's on Game Pass, like
Oh, darn.
like, beta thing or whatever, and it was like I was kind of, I guess, like in this Honey I Shrunk the Kids kind of mood because I was playing Chibi-Robo and now
Oh, yeah.
this. But no, it's fun. There's a lot of crafting that goes on, and the graphics are pretty impressive. It definitely gives you that sense of being small in the world, being big. And
It
that's the
is
end
on
of
my wish
that
list.
story.
I do want to play that eventually.
Yeah, it has a co-op and everything, so we'll have to do it.
Yeah, I'd like that. I had
And it's
my eyes on the first one,
cross-platform.
but never played it. But the second one,
It's
it's
made
made by
by
the same people.
Obsidian.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the same
let's see.
people who did like Fallout New Vegas, and I love New Vegas, so
And Outer Worlds.
Weirdly enough, I haven't played that one.
You need
It's
to
been on
play
my
that.
bucket list to
Outer
play
Worlds
it.
2's coming out.
It's on my backlog.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe I'll play the second one.
And then Outer Worlds 2's on your front log.
Front log.
Yeah. But
Anyway,
yeah.
yeah, tiny terraces. Uh, I would see little ads about them on TikTok every once in a while, and I decided to like bite and give it a go. It really shines on computer, I would say, as opposed to mobile. I haven't really tried it too much on mobile, but like the whole thing is trying to think where to begin with it. Like it can take full screen, but it doesn't have to. So you could pretty much be working on something on your computer and you could have it as like a little sliver on like the right side or maybe
Okay.
like take up a top bar. So it's not a full screen and you can still do whatever you want. But the whole premise is you have these little tiny people that just do farming for you. So they'll plant the seeds, water, collect the crop and put them like in this little basket to sell. So then
Okay.
you just get money and you have to like plot where the seeds go and they'll take care of the rest. But it's oddly addicting because you'll be like, I don't know, working on an outline for a podcast and then just have it on the side and you just like watch your little people run back and forth and like deliver crops and then you're like
We'll be
expanding it
talking and I'll just see
and
you
like
look
building.
over and be like
Yeah, just
looking up and
looking over
down.
for a
Yeah.
solid hour.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Sounds
bad. I think it was
interesting.
like $6. It's pretty fun.
Oh, no, that does sound
It's
interesting.
a nice little distracting sort of game.
Forgot to mention, I like your shirt.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I don't. It's like I don't know why I have it, but it's like very bright, and you can tell that on the screen too. It's very
Yeah,
like neon
it is.
for like no reason either. It's just. I think that's why I'm having lighting issues.
It's a statement shirt. Yeah, it's like absorbing all
is.
the light.
It is absorbing all light. That's why I've been having so many problems.
It makes you feel like grayscale compared to everything else.
Does. But really though, this is one that you yelled at me about before that we'll have to play. I got back into Peak.
Yeah, I did yell at you for playing without me.
You did, yeah. It was pretty good. That was an episode I did not record and wish I would have, because we legit made it almost to the end.
Oh, jeez,
It was actually really good too. There's like a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
Ben wasn't there, so it was already a little bit better. And like just
couldn't have been that great.
You couldn't have been that great. No, but it's good. We do have to play, so we'll have to get a crew for that one.
Yeah, for sure.
No worries. There's a few left. Whisper Mountain Outbreak. We finally kind of beat it. This was the one I think I mentioned last time, the zombie survival game that's like 2.5D. And hold on, let me.
Don't you date my sister?
Don't you date? Too late, buddy.
Too late.
But this is that like pixel survival zombie-esque sort of game, the 2.5D. Pretty good. I enjoyed it. We beat it to where the end is not like another mission, but it's essentially just survive as long as you can, which is kind of fun. You play the levels to kind of get better equipment, upgrade your things, and then at the end it turns into like a COD zombies sort of
okay.
thing, and it's pretty good. I can't wait for them to kind of come out with like additional updates. It's a fun game.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah, under my Don't You Dare, it's very fun.
I was gonna say, what game is that?
Deltarune, I'm pretty sure I'm almost done with chapter 4, which I don't think I told
How
you about.
long is that game?
There's supposedly going to be chapters 5 through 7 released later on.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know. So I'm on 4, so there's a lot of content. And I think I'm almost done with 4, but I'm hung up at the boss. I don't know if there's more afterwards, but it feels like it's getting very close to the chapter. But I can't get past the one boss. But the thing I was going to tell you is, and you'll feel this because of recording reasons, I played it, got to a part, tried it. Tried it probably for like 15, 20 minutes, couldn't beat the boss. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take a break. I'll end it here. We'll continue. Then I continue, literally tried beating him for 2 like 2 hours and 15 minutes solid. I see you yawning. It's not that boring.
Sorry. I have
Over
my
2
sleepy time
hours.
tea.
I literally could not beat it. I did all this extra side stuff, unlocked
I
certain
hate that
pieces
feeling.
just to unlock a secret door for me to go in to access this area and to do the fight and to get like a weapon. Couldn't do it. I recorded for like over an hour. I had to delete that footage because it was just me failing.
Oh
And
my
then for the next one,
gosh.
again, it was another me of like an hour failing, but I finally gave up and continued on with the story. So
No.
it hurt. I think
Th
that's why I kept trying
I
it
know
because
the
I was like, I know I could do
feeling.
better, but I couldn't.
That literally feels like when I was playing Tunic, I know forever ago. Let's rub it in how you got that wrong in
R.I.P. R.I.P.
that test last episode, how you failed it miserably. But that boss that I fought early on in that game, I fought him too early and I should have been more leveled
Oh
up
yeah.
and I beat him, but it took me like what you're saying, hours of
It was like an
attempts.
episode and a half of you fighting this
Mhm.
was it Stone
Stone
Sentinel?
Talus or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing was that that was early on when I started the channel, so I wasn't as versed in doing pretty clean skips to just keep some of the fells in, but not like all 2 hours of them, and then, "Oh, I beat him, yay!" It's like, no, it was if you go back to that episode, it's just full just pain. Remember that
Episode
episode.
3, the fight. I
Episode 3, don't bother.
just
It
don't.
oh, man, yeah, but I can empathize with you for sure.
Yeah, I know you'd appreciate that one.
Yeah.
Got back into Thunderfolk a little bit with Andy and Sarah over the holiday weekend. We made some good progress, and it's really fun. So I'm glad we actually had time to hang out and to play it. One
Yeah.
I didn't have on here is Mario Kart World. Just played a small amount of that.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah, couple circuits.
I haven't played
Yeah.
that in a while. I'm a little embarrassed by that. I haven't even played, Bonanza that much lately.
Oh no,
I
really?
know, I like it a lot, I'm just it's just like whatever I just get into moods for certain games, and then I got into
No, I
Chibi-Robo,
get
and
it.
then I'm like into Chibi-Robo, and I'm trying to stick with the game I'm playing, which is kind of counterintuitive since I was playing Bonanza, but um to
We
my
did also talk about that.
in all fairness, I went on vacation shortly after I got Bonanza, so it kind of
Yeah.
splintered that a little bit. But I do plan on going back to that. It is nice to know that I have this really good game to go back to. That's I haven't been seeing a lot of spoilers or anything other than what I mentioned with that one thumbnail about the one of the final bosses. But
Oh
what else can
yeah.
be spoiled at this point for me?
It's weird how like vacations and stuff will do that. Even like work will like completely derail a game. You'll be like really into it, and all of a sudden have like one bad week, and then it's just gone.
Yeah, but it is nice to know that game's there to as funny as it is, like, to have that backlog of games, really good games.
Hmm.
It's not like you don't have anything to play. You know, you a lot of games you started, are great and that you need to go back to. You have a lot of great games waiting, and you know they're good. That's what I tell myself anyway.
That's why I keep telling myself about the Oblivion remake.
Yeah,
After
yeah,
Kingdom
yeah.
Come, I have Oblivion waiting
Well,
for
that's how
me.
I was with Expedition 33, but I am back into that. I kind of wanted to play it tonight. I was like, I have to do the podcast with Ryan.
I look back into Expedition and it's still overwhelmingly positive. And I'm like, I still got so many like personal reviews telling me to play it. I'm like,
And
I
you're like, I want the reviews to be worse so I don't feel bad not playing it.
I know. They're just strong
You
reviews.
go back, you're like, I hope it says it was just overhyped or oh man, it's even better.
It's even better than it was.
Oh no, it's great. It is really great.
We'll have to add it. I'll definitely look for a good sale on it and probably pick that up.
I was looking at my backlog a little bit. I cleaned up my bookcase a little bit and I saw I had Final Fantasy 16, like the newest one, just on
Oh.
PS5. I almost forgot I got that and it was open. I'm like, I don't even remember putting it in my PS5. Like, what? Because I have a lot of games not opened. And I'm like, why did I even open this? And I think what it was is the PS5 cases. This is way off topic, but the PS5 cases I don't like them at all because they're not built that great, and I feel like the
Okay.
discs easily fall out. So
Oh, I know what you mean.
I've
They're like
bought
the bluest one.
multiple brand new PS5 games with a loose disc in it. And I'm one of those people that I'm
That's
like, if
wild.
I have it sealed, I'm like, should I open it? It's on the streaming service. Like I have it
Yeah.
just sealed, so why open it if I can play it? I know I have it. But if it's loose in there, I almost want to open it to put it in there.
You're, like, holding it up against, like, a lamp, and you're, like,
I know, I know.
trying to line it up and, like,
I'm
bend
like
it in
denting the
there.
case to
Yeah.
click it in, and then it's just all mangled. I'm like, brand new. But so yeah, I think that is the reason I ended up opening it. But I don't think that one is available on the streaming services. So yeah, maybe it's a good excuse to play it. But I am beating Expedition 33 first
Backlog?
before I started it.
That's good.
Before I start a new RPG.
We hit a lot of good core concepts on an episode. Hitting the
Yeah.
backlog again, hitting the trying to stay true to the games we're currently playing, beating
Hey,
them first before going, you know?
I'm trying to not forget those things we talk about because it's some self realization going on.
It really is.
Yeah.
All right. Now we have our main topic here. We have the game consoles that we owned through the ages and our favorite games associated with them. I'll let Ben go first because he has a solid hour and a half worth of talking points.
For the next hour. No, honestly though, yeah, I when I mention this, I'm like, I played a lot of different consoles. And I've had a lot of different ones. So I will try to be as concise as possible here. So I'm
You
gonna
have some that I
start.
forgot about.
What was that?
You have some in there that I even forgot
Yeah,
forgot I
yeah,
owned.
yeah. I almost
Go
had to
ahead, you
like.
go. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna keep typing.
Okay, okay. So we'll start. This isn't gonna be completely in order time frame. I'm gonna do my best though. So obviously we'll start here with the NES, and people might roast me for this, but game I've probably gotten the most enjoyment out of on the NES is Wario's Woods. I am a sucker for puzzle games. I like puzzle games. What can I say? I like them. And Wario's Woods is actually pretty fun. And I don't know. I back in the
What
day,
is it?
it's you've never seen
I'm gonna do
Wario's
my own
Woods.
research. Go ahead. You
You
keep
can
talking
play
about
it
it.
on the Switch Virtual Console. I think it's on the app. But it's Wario, and he literally goes. No, actually, I think you're Toad because it's Wario's Woods, and you're going in as Toad. I think, but you go into these like trees, and these things are falling. And you have to move stuff, and it's like any other puzzler game. It has its like own little rules you have to follow. Um,
Okay.
so yeah, you just go in and you just the way the puzzles flow. It tickles my brain, so I like it. But yeah, Wario's Woods on the NES. There's so many other good games. Shamefully, I never played Super Mario Brothers. I did play it, but I never significantly played Super Mario Brothers 3. And that's like a lot of people consider that to be like the best one. So I need to go back to that and maybe I would change my favorite. But Wario's Woods,
Not today.
not today. But a contender for the best or Mario Brothers game. Anyway, I guess not even a Mario Brothers game. Super Mario World on the
Hmm.
Super Nintendo. That was my favorite Super Nintendo game. Uh, a link. What is it? A Link to the Past is a
Yeah.
close second. That one's really good. I still actually need to beat that one. But Super Mario World, I played that. This is kind of be a little of a theme here that kind of edged out like one game over another. I played Super Mario World when I was older, and I actually played it in college with Brandon. And so there's so many other Mario games out at the time. But even when I played it, because I when I first played it, it was on the Wii U Virtual Console. I
Okay.
just thought it was so fun. I love the art style, and we had a blast with it. And the controls felt really tight. And this is a Super Nintendo game, and I just thought it was really well done. And this is me being older, not looking back at like nostalgia goggles on. So whenever
Yeah.
that happens, I play it when I'm older, like an older game, and I have just a great experience with it. That kind of tells me, oh, it's legit. It's not just people being like, at the time, it was a big thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, Super
Exactly.
Mario World. great platforming Mario game. Definitely recommend it if you haven't played it, which a lot of people probably have. Next would be the Game Boy, and I think in the first episode, I mentioned my experience with the Game Boy. I got the, Quest 64. That's not my favorite. It's actually the game my brother Nick got for that Christmas, which was Link's Awakening. And, Link's Awakening, they did a remake on the Switch. I beat both, but the original was on the Game Boy. And especially being on the Game Boy, it was just such a great game. Weird characters, really just cool concept. It just like felt like you're in a
Okay.
dream, which is like the whole idea. And for a Game Boy game, is just because of they did a really good job with having limited power, but like making it unique and a really good experience for what it was. Um,
Nice.
I like the art style on the Switch version, but I think just the original with the chiptune music just can't beat it. N64. I kind of have to give this a tie here. I this is my only tie,
I don't think
and
that's allowed.
okay, it's not allowed.
I don't think it's allowed.
Okay, I'll mention
Ooh.
my second place one then because it's so close.
Ooh, I didn't even do second place. I'm sorry, bud. You have to pick one.
Bro, go get your
Deb- I-
freaking neon shirt and you out of here, please. You're like blinding me. It's like a red light. I just want to stop.
It's to enforce the rules, bud. Do you see this? No,
you're like
no.
that elephant from Yoshi with the like red stop sign, like but okay, so if I gave it to one over the other, it'd be Majora's Mask. Majora's Mask, I just feel bad at having too many Zeldas on here. But Majora's Mask, I that was another game that I played when I was older, and I beat it when I was older, and I
Okay.
loved it. And that to me is such a telltale sign that it's a great game. The characters were great. There's so many themes in that game where I'm like, this was in an N64 game. Just it makes you feel all the feels, you know?
Yeah, I couldn't understand that game, I'm not gonna lie. I played it on a, like, emulator at
You're
some
dead to
point.
me.
I'm like, I have no idea what to do.
How much can you hurt me in one sentence? I didn't really get it. I played it on an emulator. I'm like, oh. I guess technically I played it on all emulated versions because even if it was the GameCube on the GameCube, it was emulated. So I'll give you that a little bit. But PC emulation is just a different
You're like, "It
kind of
still hurts, I'll give you a little bit,
still
but it still
hurts.
hurts."
Yeah. But that's one of those games because when I played it when I was younger, it was let's see you messing with stuff. When I played it was when I was younger, it was kind of like what you're saying. It's like I didn't really get it. But after I went from one brain cells to one brain cells, one brain cell to two brain cells,
Back down
uh,
the one brain cell
the
no.
back down to one brain cells. I really enjoyed it. I just think there's just like a really dark theme to it, and there is a lot of the side quests just can be its own. It's just the side quests are actually part of the experience a lot more than other games. It's like ingrained into like the experience a lot more. My other one was Banjo-Kazooie, also a game. That one's a little bit of a mix because I have a lot of good memories being younger and playing it, but playing through it fully the first time, I was older, but still enjoyed it a lot. Um, but out of the two, Majora's Mask, I didn't really play it much at all until I was older, so I'd have to give the edge to that one.
It's a penalty right there, you mentioned the other game.
Yeah, I was allowed. I allowed it. So Game Boy Advance. It's weirdly enough with the Game Boy Advance, I didn't play it. I had like some games I liked. I just didn't play it as much as some of the other consoles. I think it was because I never had the Game Boy Advance SP. So I see everyone else with their lit screens playing games they like, and I'm out here like putting it up to the window to see Wario running across the screen. So I didn't play it much when it was out. I wish I had the SP. I feel like that goes from unplayable to playable a little bit. I had the little light thing
I had
hanging
the light
over.
little dongle, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I found your old SP, so you can't lie. You had an SP.
I never said I didn't.
Then why did you have an extra light with your SP?
It was for the Game Boy Advance.
Did you have like the normal one and the SP?
I had the normal one for a while and then
Oh, you
got the
upgraded.
SP.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what it's like to have that, but um I was like living vicariously through you. I had like your SP. I'm like, I had an SP growing up.
And just letting my, like, mom drive you in the car, but you're
Mhm.
in the back seat.
Yeah. Why are you roasting me right now? I,
At
I'm
at
telling your
night, only
mom you
seeing
said
the
that at
game
dinner
through the
next
streetlights.
this Sunday. What was that? Yeah.
You
But
go ahead, you tell her.
yeah, but I kinda the game that is my favorite actually is a game I played on the Wii U because they added Game Boy
Hmm.
Advance games to it, and it's Metroid Fusion. Because I was on it when Metroid Dread was coming out, I had a kick of going through all the Metroid games, and the first 2 Metroid games are on the Game Boy Advance. Metroid Zero Mission was a remake of the first game on the NES, and I enjoyed the remake a lot, really good, but, Fusion just had darker themes, kinda more cinematic for being a Game Boy Advance game, and I always loved the darker themes, like, all that like, kinda it almost had, like, a horror kinda element to it, which
Dang,
I really
nice.
enjoyed. So that was my favorite Game Boy Advance game. Now jumping to PS1, I'll go to PS1 here. So when Metal Gear Solid 4 was coming out, that was, like, the big system seller on the, PS3. So my brother and I went together and got a PS3 together, and we knew Metal Gear Solid 4 was coming out. So I went through, or actually, it was going to be we were getting the bundle with Metal Gear Solid 4. So before the bundle came out, I played Metal Gear Solid 3, Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2. That's just the order time frame. Like, because 3's a prequel. And
Okay.
the new one that came out is actually a remake of 3.
I was just gonna ask you that.
Yeah, so that's what I was alluding to earlier when I texted you. But so I actually played 3 first on the PS2, and then I went to Metal Gear Solid 1. So I went from a PS2 game to a PS1 game, but it didn't really bother me that much. Obviously, the controls weren't as tight, the graphics weren't as good, but
Yeah.
it's made by the same people, and I enjoyed it. It was still super cinematic. The stories there, like all the beats were there. So, and just the weird stuff, which I love from the Metal Gear series, was all there. So that definitely was my favorite PS1 experience. Um, Final Fantasy VII, I've always wanted to play through that fully, and I just haven't. So I can't put that in the running for PS1.
I get it. The backlog.
Yes, the backlog. Suikoden is a good one. They just came out with a remaster of 1 and 2 for most systems. Now, I played a good bit of that on the PS1. On the I bought it on the store on the PS3. It's one of the PS1 games I bought there. But that's definitely up there as well. GameCube, a lot of good ones, but I have to give it to Wind Waker. I just love that game. It was a little shorter, but I just thought it had the best story for a Zelda game. I love the concept of the ocean, the world getting flooded. It's just like biblical,
Yeah,
and
it is
just
good.
all the cool like plot twists in that game and the graphics. There's just a lot of expression, a lot of emotion, a lot of character to the game. So definitely love that game. And I played the HD version, and I'm kind of just in my chill time going through the virtual console one on the Switch GameCube Online app. So GameCube, so many other ones though. Not Chibi-Robo. Chibi-Robo is great. I'm playing that now though, so I won't put that in there. But
That's
Custom
fair,
Robo is
yeah.
a really fun one that I liked as well. But Wind Waker is definitely my favorite. PS2, lot of good options. Luckily, not too many to choose from for me since I never owned a PS2. But my favorite PS2 game would have to be Final Fantasy X, which is also my favorite Final Fantasy game. I just thought
Hmm,
it was such a cool story, and just there's a lot of mystery going on the whole time, and the cutscenes were just epic. The turn-based combat was really tight, I thought, and I don't know, I have a lot of good memories. I went to my buddy's house and we were playing it together, and it was just my favorite. Like there was we'd have to strategize for the boss fights. Like, oh, what item should we get? And that's just like something I appreciate looking back. Like, it was just really fun. He like
I
broke his
like
leg
that.
at one point, and we were just playing Final Fantasy X. We never beat it together. We got pretty far. I went back when the HD version came out. HD 10
Oh
10
yeah.
and 10.2 came out. I bought it on Steam, and I ended up I still remember I still at my parents at the time in the basement, like, playing through I played through the whole game. That was the first time I beat it. But Final Fantasy X, definitely recommend. Nintendo DS, I probably won't have a choice here that a lot of people would expect, but it is, a rhythm game, Elite Beat Agents. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
I know. There's so many good choices on the DS. There is the Mario and Luigi games. There's the Zelda games, New Super Mario Bros. There's so many good ones, but I don't know what it was about Elite Beat Agents, but I loved that game. It was my favorite rhythm game. It's just like so silly. You're just like it's just a group of guys and there's these real world problems for these people. It's all like comic book looking,
Okay.
and you're
Yeah.
doing these little rhythm things you're following on the touch screen, and you're going through in their actual
Wow.
songs
Yeah, that's
like
pretty fun.
YMCA, whatever. Like there's a good bit of them, so you're going through, and then on the top screen the little scenes playing out for these characters you're trying to help. And the Elite Beat Agents are basically like cheerleaders. They're like dancing and motivating these people to do well
Yeah.
in what they're doing. It's like there's one with a babysitter, one with a guy drilling oil. It's just so it just ranges to all these different stuff. And if you mess, there's like three phases to each song. And then if you're above the green bar at the end of the phase, a good result will happen. If you're below the threshold, a bad thing will happen. You like fell that section, and it's like a big
Okay.
X. But you go through the game, and then you get different difficulties that they have the different agents. So there's different sets of agents for the difficulties. And
Oh, that's
the
pretty
hardest one,
fun.
you're just like smacking your screen, like it just you can't even see it. You're moving your hands so fast. But there's some emotional little story beats that happen in some of them. There's one where like a girl's dad dies and he promised he'd be back for Christmas, and you're going through the stuff like getting Christmas ready. It's a sad song, and then his ghost ends up like coming or like it's just like it was like really
Dang.
sad. I'm like I wasn't expecting that. I'm like 10 years old, with tear coming down my eye playing this game. But if you it's definitely a sleeper. I think there was a sequel, I think, in Japan, but, Elite Beat Agents, definitely recommend it if you've never played
That
it
does sound
before.
pretty good though.
Yeah. I actually bought it again recently, just to have it 'cause I was poor with, like, gaming wise, so I had to always
Then
sell a
how'd you
game to
play
get
it,
a new
huh? You
game.
steal it?
No, I bought it with my money for one game, and I had to sell it to get another game. You know how that works.
It's very fishy. You stole it. Probably
Okay.
stole the other game too.
Well, with you what? Did I just turn yellow?
Yeah, your light like switched or something.
What is going on? I'm very confused. Did I like lean forward or something? Like, yeah, sorry about this. I'm just gonna change it to that because it's I don't know what happened. I have all of a sudden it was the Simpsons in here. But we'll go ahead and move on to the PSP. The PSP was again something I only owned for a short amount of time. I had a why are you highlighting my stuff? Okay, I'm sick of you already. But I only had the PSP for a short amount of time. I had a few games on it. Like I had the classic like Battlefront, Star Wars, just because to have
Oh,
something in
that
the
is a good
hand,
one.
just
Yeah.
to have it like, oh, I have a console game and handheld kind of deal. But the main one that I thought was the best game that kind of really brought the console experience to a handheld to life was God of War Chains of Olympus. I felt like it looked so good on the PSP screen. It basically looked. To me, it looked almost as good as the PS2 versions. I mean, obviously not quite, but better than
Yeah.
PS1 graphics. So you definitely were towing that line. Um, but I just thought it was the first God of War game I played. I loved it, and probably my favorite game on the PSP. But
I think that was one of the games that almost made me get a PSP.
what
I was
was the
really,
God of
like,
War?
trying. Yeah, because it looked so good on it, and I'd see people, like, on the bus or whatever playing it, and I'm like, "That looks amazing." Wasn't
Yeah,
able to ever afford it, but it was, definitely a top contender at the time.
yeah. I think I think that was definitely one of the ones that sold it for me too, because they had like the bundles and stuff too,
It did.
with that one. I can't remember if I got. I think I actually had a special edition. Um, what do you call it? It was like a special edition Star Wars one because I think I got the bundle that
Oh,
came with Battlefront. It was like Darth Vader on it or something, but
that's
I
pretty
forget.
neat.
It might have just had a symbol. I don't think it was super crazy, but it definitely was. It was silver. It was like the silver one. I can't remember.
Silver mentioned.
Yeah, silver. Yeah, but what I'm trying to think because I don't know. Maybe mine came with Daxter because I had that game as well. But Daxter was pretty good.
Mm,
But I definitely have to just give it to God of War. Let's see. And then after that, Xbox. I never owned an Xbox, but I once I had the Xbox 360, I was able to play some Xbox games. And the one I probably had the most playtime into, I'm not just gonna say Halo and be that guy. I did enjoy Halo a lot, but Jade Empire.
you're not
I
allowed to say Jade Empire. That was a really close one for me there too there,
Oh,
bud.
was it really? Well, it makes
It
sense because
it's a
wasn't
hidden gem. I feel like
yeah.
no one knew about it, but it was so good.
Yes, yes, that's exactly what I put in there. I think it's like a hidden gem. Uh
Well, confirmed.
yeah, yes. I think I said it was like a sleeper light or something. But yeah, it was exactly what you said. I think I got it like on a whim or something. I'm like, "Oh, it's like $10 on Xbox Live or whatever." And then I get it and I'm like, I was really into it. I beat it. That was one of the few RPGs I played the whole way through. So, I kind of want to play through it again because I think I can get it. It has like the Xbox X enhanced things for those old
Oh,
games,
okay.
so it's definitely tempting for me to pick that up again because I forget a lot about it. I just remember I really liked the combat in it, and just the story was really good in it in
The story
general.
was so good, yeah.
Hmm
It, like, really picked up and, like, you just couldn't drop it because
I
yeah.
it
I don't
wasn't
wanna ruin anything,
wasn't
but
there like a beginning part like there's like one of those because it had like a I don't know how weird. I don't even know how to explain the theme where it was like old like themed, but then there was stuff like the airplanes and things like that. Wasn't there like an airplane in one of the first scenes like coming through?
maybe.
Yeah,
I can't remember that. I remember the intense story twist.
yeah. Oh my gosh, I feel like it'd be pretty fresh for me to play it because I haven't played it in a while. But I just remember really enjoying that game. You saw I had Jade Empire just like deleting it. But
It was
then
mine.
jumping to Nintendo Wii, a lot of good ones there, but I'm gonna give it to Galaxy 2. I Galaxy 1 was my other one that I really liked, but Galaxy
Okay.
2, I just thought the level design was a little better and it was kind of just jumping right into the action, getting into the levels. Um, Music was great. It's definitely neck and neck with 1 and 2, but I just give the slight edge to Galaxy 2. And I was really disappointed Galaxy 2 wasn't on 3D All-Stars, so hopefully they add it somehow to the
Oh,
Switch
that would've
2.
been a good one, that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. PS3, I kind of alluded to this earlier, was super excited for Metal Gear Solid 4 and played through all the games. So, it kind of made 4 a little extra special. And for me, I've done this with 2 series. With Metroid Dread, I played it was like 3 or 4 Metroid games the whole way through, which is impressive for
Mhm.
me before that new one came out. and I played the whole way through the new one. And I did the same thing with Metal Gear Solid. Before 4 came out, I played 1, 2, 3, and 4, or 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and then finished 4. So I had like the perfect momentum of going through the story. Everything was fresh. And I jump into 4, and 4 was just a masterpiece. And it's still stuck on
Okay.
the PS3. They haven't moved it anywhere else. And it's such a good game.
Oh no.
Some people would complain about how there was like over 10 hours of cutscenes in that game. So
Dang.
yeah, no, it's a long game. Some people complain about that, but the cutscenes in the story was so good. It was almost a reward of you going through like a hard section or whatever, and then you sit back like, well, all right, movie time, get the popcorn. Honestly, though, like I enjoyed those cutscenes so much. It was literally like a movie. I love the characters. There was just so much. It was just cinema, you know. Gameplay was great too, so it's just like it hit everything, and it hit like everything I love in a game. The gameplay was good, characters were great, there was weirdness, like there was different themes, like emotional beats going on, and then what just like the cinematic part. Like you got the movie element, the gameplay element,
Yeah.
the and then it wasn't restricted by like a 2-hour frame. It was literally like a 20-hour movie, between the gameplay and the
That's
uh
actually great.
yeah, it was awesome. I love that game. That's one that I wanna go back to. I feel like they remade Metal Gear Solid 3, so I'm wondering if they're gonna if depending on how well it does, maybe they'll go through them since that's technically the first game in the series,
Oh,
since
okay.
it's a prequel, so maybe if they get to 4 eventually,
It's
they do 1 and 2. I would definitely go back to the remake of 4, but
heck yeah.
I'd play
Is
all
this
3.
supposed to be half trippy? I
Yeah.
feel like I started to watch Jack play it, and in my head, I thought it was like mostly realistic, besides
Oh, no,
maybe Snake
it's
being like a super soldier esque sort of thing.
no, it's
But then,
trippy. There's a lot of weirdness to it, which one of my requisites for, like, games is I love weird. So, it's definitely weird, but I love it. There's just such cool stuff too when you play. There was one boss in the first one, Psycho Mantis, in Metal Gear Solid 1. When you're fighting this boss, if you plugged like um he could like see you even if you were like hidden I forget exactly the situation, but if you unplugged your controller from the first port and put it in the second port, he couldn't see you anymore or something. It was
that's
like
actually
something, and it
insane.
gave you the advantage. And it was just one of those it was such a crazy thing. And then it was also like when you were fighting him, because it's like Psycho Mantis, he'd like mess with your mind. It would literally like flicker your TV and say like save deleted and just all this crazy stuff that makes you think your file was deleted and stuff,
That's actually
where
really neat.
just to mess with you. And it was like breaking that fourth wall a little bit. We're going back to Metal Gear Solid 1 there, but there's that kind of stuff in all the games.
Dang.
So love that. The ending of Metal Gear Solid 4 was like, oh my gosh, it was so epic. I can't recommend it enough. But definitely play through the other ones first to get the full experience.
Okay.
Now, Xbox 360, I think I don't want to, it's kind of a cop out when it's like picking multi-platform stuff, but at the same time it's what I played it on. And I'm
Yeah,
gonna
that's
go
what
with
counts.
yeah, and I'm gonna go with Dark Souls for the 360. I feel like that's a little bit of the boring choice because it's not gonna be the
No.
only time this
I
series is
just see
mentioned.
Kmart mentioned.
Yes, yes, because I got it at Kmart, and I just my buddy got it as well, and it was one of those games where you can it's just wide open to kinda there's so many different places to go, secrets to find. You're talking to your buddy, and it's like, "Oh, yeah, I've went here, and there's an, illusionary wall," and I'm like, "What? There's this item I could get there? Sick. Like, I'm gonna go home and do that." That's just kinda that was my favorite type of way to figure out
I like
secrets, and
that.
that was full of them. It was so rewarding. Definitely hard, but loved it. And that was at the time where you go back, it's like, oh, the frame rate wasn't the greatest on it. You didn't even notice back then. Then it's like
No.
they make you care about that stuff to justify the minimal increases of of gaming. Like, oh,
Yeah.
120 hertz. Like, yes, it's nice, but like we're almost conditioned to care about it compared instead of like actual like
Gameplay.
yeah, like generation changing things, but that's a whole different topic. But yeah, Dark Souls, Xbox 360, Wii U. Wii U's an interesting console. Could have a whole episode about the Wii U, but I'm just gonna say Mario Maker was my favorite because Mario Maker
I can
made
see
full
that.
use of the gamepad. Best example I could say of that is Mario Maker 2. They made the game like in theory better, but it just wasn't better in my opinion because the gamepad, it was made for the gamepad. So making
Okay.
the levels just made it so much easier and fun with it. It just made sense with the gamepad. Um I mean, I don't know why they haven't added a mouse update for the Switch 2 for Mario Maker 2 yet.
Oh,
They're
no.
probably saving it for Mario Maker 3 mouse controls when they could have just added it to 2. But no, I love Mario Maker. They had the whole thing with the amiibo. They had a great use of the amiibos where you could get the different outfits that you could like preset for a level where you and people got so creative making levels for Link or Samus and
Oh,
yeah,
that's
it
pretty
was
neat.
great. And then they had the 100 Mario challenge where you went through 100 levels or no, you went through all these levels and you had 100 Marios. So you had 100 lives basically to get through and there's different difficulties like 8 levels, 16 levels, and whatever.
Okay, yeah.
So it's fun going through. Like I went through with Brandon in college. Like we just take turns every time we died, and it was levels other people actually made, and if it
Okay,
was too
yeah.
hard, you could just swipe on it and skip to another level. So you didn't get stuck on just some masochist like level someone made.
It's
But
just all invisible block
yes,
and
exactly.
fire
But
things.
Mario Maker definitely my favorite Wii U game. 3DS. See, I played the 3DS a lot, so I feel like this was a little bit hard for me. I was between Fire Emblem Awakening and Animal Crossing New Leaf, but I have to give it to New Leaf because New Leaf is just probably the best entry in Animal Crossing. We kind of talked about this in the episode with Rachel.
Yeah.
Um, New Leaf just had it all. It just there's so many little minute details to that game and there was stuff they still like never added to New Horizons. So hopefully the
Mhm.
next Animal Crossing game definitely follows the lead with New Leaf and does something for the series because I feel like New Leaf definitely just innovated the series so much compared to any other of the games. So
They need to do something.
yes, yes. But New Leaf, I played that a ton with friends. I did a good bit with the DS one as well, but they just made the 3DS one so much better. And the graphics
Nice.
are a lot better. Just great Animal Crossing. I feel like I like New Horizons a lot, but New Leaf just I feel like was they didn't leave anything out. I feel like you're always like wondering why they didn't add stuff to New Horizons. Um
Yeah.
so after 3DS, we'll go to PS4. Now, PS4, I didn't have a PS4, so I actually didn't play a lot of PS4 games until I got the PS5 because the PS5 would like supercharge the PS4 games to like have steady frame rates
Okay.
or frame rate like updates. Like Dark Souls 3 had a 60 frame update for playing it on the PS5. So it was definitely nice doing that, but I ended up playing Horizon Zero Dawn and
That is such a good one.
it is really good. I played it through the whole way because I was excited for the next game in the series, the PS5 one, and then I never, I played a little bit of the next one. I think I just got, there's other things coming out, but I need to go back to the PS5 one, Forbidden West. But the Zero Dawn is great. I feel like they made an unnecessary like enhanced version with that. I remember like Sony announced that. It's like, how much better? It's not. I don't know. Some of these like remastered versions, like one generation later, it's like, did you really need it?
Yeah,
I
it already
kind.
looked really good.
And I kind of get it. I like give me the 60 frames a second update, like or steady frame rate update.
Yeah.
That's all I want. Um, I feel like it made more sense with PS3 to PS4, that kind of stuff a little bit, but 4 to 5? I mean, come on. Come on. But great game, cinematic, definitely a cool concept with like the robot dinosaurs and everything. So
Mhm.
I definitely enjoyed that. I had a lot of cool moments. Uh, so we'll jump to, I guess after that. Oh, I guess we have see sometimes like Xbox One and then like Xbox 360, like I or Xbox One's then Xbox Series X, like it kind of bleeds together a little bit. But
Yeah, I can see that.
this is where I really got into Minecraft. I played Halo, like, well, I don't even know what the Xbox One. It's like Halo 5. It was like after like Halo wasn't as like good, I
Yeah.
guess. Gears of War, there's what also Gears of War. It was like the system of fives. I think it was like Gears of War 4 or 5 was on Xbox One. But
Oh,
Minecraft is
yeah.
what I played a lot on there. Played Rocket League a lot too, but Minecraft is like a lot of people love Minecraft and everyone's gonna have their system they got into Minecraft. Some people it's probably like 3DS or PSP, but I got into Minecraft on the Xbox One and just some of the relaxing nights as a college, and it's just like that like the ethereal music that plays at night when you're just making things and the snow falling in creative mode. I don't know. I played and then playing with like a buddy or whoever. It just definitely good memories with Minecraft. I
I I have it on my list too. Nothing beats it. You're right though. Like the snow falling, you're just in your like house, just crafting, listen to all the ambient sounds. It was like
yes.
I don't know why it like beats how it is now. It's just a lot more peaceful. I don't know.
Yeah. For sure. It definitely, like, itched that part of the brain where you're just like, "This is nice." Like,
It did.
I definitely on the Xbox, I definitely have my bigger creations, like, that's the Xbox One is where I did that, and I played a lot with my brother, it was fun. Nintendo Switch, Breath of the Wild, I mean, spoiler alert, I mean,
Yeah, spoiler.
I guess Tears of the Kingdom is in that conversation, but Breath of the Wild, that was
Oh,
the
I see.
the big
Yeah,
one.
it
And
was.
I nothing beats playing that game for the first time. Going through, it was just so good for Nintendo's first crack at an open world Zelda and being able to climb and just the sense of exploration and freedom to do whatever you wanted. Like
Oh
that
yeah.
they literally let you go to the final boss right away if you were were
Yeah,
good.
you shouldn't,
If
but
you
if you
could,
really wanted to.
well, if you can get good, which I tried streaming doing that, and I made it to the boss room, but because you don't beat the other bosses in the world, it's just one big boss rush if you go try to
Oh.
fight him. So you have to beat all the bosses from all the temples and then fight him with like 3 hearts and no armor. People do it though. I mean, I made it to the second
That's
guy.
insane.
Um, but yeah, it just was such a great game. So much I like love those games where it's just like the novelty. It's like there's always something different to do. And
Mhm.
that game has in spades the interactivity of the environment of, oh, I wonder if I do this, if this happens, it works. Like, oh, maybe if I light this on fire, do this, shoot it at the bee's nest, it will attack the enemy camp. Oh, it worked. Or
Yeah.
just all that kind of like, oh, will this work? There's just so many ways to solve the same puzzle, which I love because you could solve puzzles maybe no one ever thought about like earlier than maybe you should have. So that kind of stuff I love. And that game, the story was good enough. I feel like it was like the kind of classic kind of. It was kind of neat.
Yeah.
You wake up 100 years after. It was kind of like a little bit jarring at first, where usually you're thinking you'd be in this world as this takeovers happening, but it's kind of like Ganon's still in the castle. 100 years ago, he wrecked shit up, but now you're taking your time going through, which is fine because it's like the world's like desolate and everything like that. But it's
Yeah.
also in the kind of getting to almost where it's trying to recover, but then now the threat of him coming back is there. So I was a little bit like taken aback at that at first, but I did like that. I thought it worked for how they did it.
It
Um,
did.
I mean, I could do a whole episode on freaking on that game, but let's see. I'm like losing my mind over here.
You legit are seeing.
I know.
Let's
So
see you
Xbox
stand up.
Series X. Honestly, Xbox Series X from games I've played on it, I'm gonna have to give it to Expedition 33. That game,
Damn.
it's newer and it's like it kind of makes you think like, oh, it's just because it's newer and it's fun, but like especially because I almost beat it, stopped, took a break, and went back, and I'm enjoying it just as much. I'm like, no, I was right. This game's awesome. Great RPG. Super. I don't know. It's just like the whole concept of it and the whole like atmosphere is it's almost unmatched. I haven't played this much of an RPG in a while. And for being completely new, the combat, it's turn based. There's like a parry system, a dodge parry system. I think the combat works well. Characters are great. Um, Kind of weird, which I love, and I definitely recommend it. It's a newer game, and I Oblivion Remastered was coming out, and then I'm like, what's this game? And I'm like,
Just blown
now
away.
that's a game. Yeah, yeah. But definitely recommend Expedition 33. Now, PS5. Oh, okay. We'll just Elden Ring. I've always had this back and forth in my head of what I like better, Elden Ring or Breath of the Wild. I like them for the same reason and different reasons, so it's so hard, but Elden Ring was just so good. I love the Soul series, and it was like Dark Souls and Breath of the Wild had a baby. It was like
Yeah, that's fair.
literally Breath of the Wild, but all the elements of Dark Souls, and they added jumping. I mean, can't beat it. No, it was just one of those the games where once again the exploration and the secret there's so many secrets and random things to find in that game, so many weapons, and the difference between the two that I like Elden Ring more is in Breath of the Wild, you explore, there's a ton of things to find, caves, whatever, but
Hmm.
the little extra like little mini dungeon things are all these shrines, which kind of is a little jarring. It's like separate from it takes you out of this like nature vibe
Yeah.
world and you're in this like futuristic little cave thing and it's almost like a cop out like oh it's like a quick travel thing to this little like sandbox thing they just do whatever with. Now in Elden Ring, everything makes sense with it. It's like you find a cave. Okay, this little mini dungeon thing's just a big cave. Oh, you find an abandoned castle. Like, oh, the castle is the area. Or there was like
Yeah.
one where it's a cave that went underwater to an island. Now you're on this island. So everything just meshed well, and that's something the other Souls games have done well is making the environment like link and make sense with itself.
Okay.
Um, so Elden Ring did a great job with that. Just running into a dragon randomly, just a lot of enemy variety going on.
Oh yeah.
Just the map just kept expanding. Oh, I wish I could play that and Breath of the Wild for the first time again. But I got it on the PS5 because I heard at the time it ran the best on the PS5 and it did run super well. So happy I did that. And then I guess I'll throw Switch 2 in there. DK Bonanza. There's only what like two Nintendo games out right now on it. Mario Kart World is great, but I'm a sucker for a 3D platformer. So Bonanza, great. Check it out if you haven't. If you have a Switch 2, I need to get back to it myself. I'm like halfway through the game, but
Yeah.
it's great. And PC, I'm gonna take this. You were like, you gotta take that off that mine.
Well, I was just
World of
joking.
Warcraft. It's I mean, this PC, I was trying to kind of go in order of the consoles, and PC, it's like
Yeah.
there's always that difference, PC and console, but Um, yeah, PC. I think I put days. I probably put months, at least over a month of playtime of my life into World of Warcraft. It just playing that when it was first kind of a big thing, there was nothing like it. But yeah, that is my list of my favorite games on each console. I know it was a thick list.
It was a thick list.
Oh,
You're gonna
that's
see mine and be like,
no,
dude,
I just the
what
one
did
you
you
just put
do?
in. That's a good one. That's a good one.
I had the other one in there, and I'm like, I have to switch it because it just hit me.
You're like going back and forth in your list as I'm like, I gave you plenty of time.
You did. You did.
All right, let's hear
uh,
it.
some reason for the first one, I think I got for Christmas, like obviously ages ago, but PS1, Mega Man Legends. This is a game that I always harp about that I would love to see it remade, but no, they keep doing the crappy 2D platformers. I'm not a platformer guy, if you haven't
You
really
don't
noticed.
say.
But did you play Mega Man Legends? It was such a good game. It was like their
I played it a
3D spin
little.
at it.
My brother had it, and it looks like something I would really enjoy. There was always that rumor of Mega Man Legends 3 coming to the 3DS, and it was coming and it was canceled. I think did I mention
Mm,
to you that to you before?
I don't know. I don't think.
Yeah, you can look it up. It was coming to the 3DS, but it was canceled, I believe.
They
Why would you
they
tell me
they did
that?
the I know they did the 3D so good, and you
Mhm.
could like upgrade your gun too, have different ones, and like all the dungeons were just crazy. Again, speaking of like horror games, a little bit, you'd have like this robot with like saw blades just like
Mm.
tunneling down after
Oh
you,
my
and you're just like,
god. I love that. I love
just
that stuff. Yeah.
and you'd have to like run, and like the little divots are like so far away. They did, the story even is really good.
I know exactly what you're talking about, that kind of stuff. I those older games, I can just like picture it in my head.
Yeah, it's like the clanky like music and just
Mhm.
just the sounds of the game in general.
Yeah.
That's so good. I still holding out hope, but they're never gonna do it. For the Game Boy, I have Pokemon Blue. You'll see a recurring Pokemon theme here, probably with me. Just classic, the first Pokemon game, really. Well, at least of that nature, anyway. I can't remember if they came out with anything else before that.
Yeah,
I don't
I
think.
remember you telling the story in a previous episode of being stuck at the bank or something.
Yeah, yeah, me holding like the case, be like, "Oh, this is great," and then we're just stuck in a, a bank parking lot
Yeah.
or the drive-through of a bank.
Yeah.
But yep, Pokemon, love it. N64, I have ish next to it because of how I've obtained it. Who actually knows?
Yeah.
Or maybe I don't actually own one, just like you and a lot of your con systems there.
Hey, watch it.
I have to give this one the Pokemon Stadium. Had a lot of good like sleepovers and stuff, and just like building teams,
With your
doing all
hot
little mini
pockets and
games.
your pizza bites and soda pop. I love it.
Yeah, the pizza, chocolate milk, just staying up really late,
Or
just
take me
doing like the
back.
Magic Carp game.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Oh, that
Corp,
game's
corp.
anxiety inducing.
It really
Yeah.
is, especially with like three other people. If you get like
Yeah.
enough, like everyone's racing, you're like, no.
No.
Yeah, I know. Why are you jumping?
I timed that right. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you.
For Game Boy Advance, which you poo-pooed the SP, but that's a little bit further down. I have Golden Sun. I
Nice.
I feel like that one wasn't as well known. I feel like everyone just loved Fire Emblem, but some reason I got Golden Sun, and that was it.
I have a buddy who likes Golden Sun a lot, and I actually started playing it on the they have it on the Game Boy Advance Classics on the Switch.
I think you did tell me that. I haven't
Yeah, they have two of
gotten to
them on
play it,
there.
but that one did have a good story, and I like those little, was it Djinns or whatever they called, like the little like spirit creatures
Okay.
with like the elemental powers.
I didn't make it that far, but Okay.
I think that's like the very beginning.
Well, the boulder, like, fell, and the boulders fell,
Oh,
and I
okay.
just
Yeah,
got
yeah.
through that, like, craziness and then fixed a roof. Like, I'm not really that far.
Yeah, that's the beginning. You're getting closer though. You're getting
I'm getting
close.
close to the end.
For GameCube, I have to say Mario Sunshine. Just have a lot of good memories of that game.
Yeah, for sure.
See, I feel like you have all this like stuff to say about the games. I'm just like, I don't know what to say about
Mario
Mario
Sunshine?
Sunshine.
Yep.
It's Mario
Good
Sunshine. It's
game.
good. You clean up goop. You run after a goop man.
No, no, you're good. I probably definitely ranted a little bit too much. They are
We have
adding
like the
Mario
polar opposites.
yeah, they are adding Sunshine to the, GameCube Classics eventually.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah,
Because I missed out on that like Mario
3D
3 pack,
collection.
whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
And
probably
I
still
hear
the
that's
better version.
probably, but I hear if you find it, the game's like over $100 or something like that. Like,
I have a sealed copy. You want it?
how do you have a sealed copy?
I knew it was limited, so I bought 2 copies when I got it. I'm one of those.
Yeah, what is that? You stole my copy.
Yeah, they said there was one left and some guy took it. He looked like he was grumpy.
Now we'll keep it sealed. Chances of me having time to play it again are probably slim, so I'll
You
probably
can
just play
play
it on
my
the
open
emulator.
copy.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
I won't feel bad then.
Yeah, there you go.
For the Wii, you'll have to remind me of that one. What was that board game one called again? That one where you're on that island and you go up to the volcano.
Literally in the outline, board game 1. Um, what is it? Wasn't it just like We Play or something?
Yeah, it's something like very basic, but that was always like I don't know. It was stupid fun for what it was.
Yeah, now it's gonna bother me.
Yeah, I know
It
it's like a
wasn't
very
it
simple
wasn't
title,
We
but
Play. We Play was like, anyway, keep going, I'll figure it out.
for the Xbox, you had Jade Empire, but one of the first games I've had
We
for the
Party.
is it just Wii Party?
Mhm.
Dang, okay, yeah, that's pretty simple. Was Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic? That was a game I played a lot, and then like fine tuned like certain builds and whatnot. I
Yeah.
remember getting to the first time you meet like Revan. No, it's Malik. Yeah, first time you meet Malik, and then I remember like doing a crazy strength build where I did one flurry, and he just essentially he should have died. I killed him, but the game, he had plot armor. So then,
Yes,
so then
yes.
he's like, you think you could win, and just shuts like the blast doors. It's like,
Yeah.
no, I literally just ended your life.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh.
That was that I love that game. I sunk so many hours into that one.
I need
Super
to
early PC. I have Minecraft also in there. Nothing really does kind of beat that. Like it was like pre-vanilla. I don't even know. I just remember being at like work and a guy was like, "Hey, you you want to hear this new game that came out that it seems kind of fun?" And he just gave me like a random like flash drive stick, and I'm like, "All right, I'll try it out."
maybe you're the one who clicked like the random RPG pop-up ads and you're just like, random flash drive, I'm in.
Well, I knew him. I trusted him. I don't even know how he obtained it because I never heard of the game before, ever. And
Yeah.
I think it was probably like one of the
It was like
first.
pre-released copy. It's
Yeah,
probably
it
worth
essentially was a
like a ton
pre-release
of money.
copy.
You're like, all right, load it up, throw it away.
I know. No idea where that's at anymore. I probably just gave it back to him.
It's probably at my house.
It probably is somewhere. It's probably buried. The flash drive, and it probably
Mm,
somehow has like 100 Bitcoin on it.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Don't tell me that.
You'll be like looking for it. I'm like, dude, I was joking.
I
Like
know. I'm
ripping the
like,
whole house apart.
yeah. Honestly,
Game Boy SP. This one racked my brain for a while. I could not think what I played on it. I think I just played a lot of the Game Boy Advance games.
well, SP was
It
just a
was
Game Boy
like,
Advance.
yeah, I couldn't find or remember one I distinctly played a lot. I
Like
think it was
with
just kind of like the
that. Yeah.
Pokemon games again on it,
Yeah.
but with the light.
I could actually see the game.
Yeah, I can actually see it. No, I do. What we are saying about like the Game Boy Advance, I do have vivid memories of just like trying to play it, like driving home somewhere, in the back seat, and then like
Yeah.
relying on like street lights passing by for me to like barely see what I'm doing
Yeah.
before getting that like dongle thing. Or see, I have PC listed a bunch of times because I didn't have as many consoles, so PC was definitely kind of broken up in like certain eras, I suppose.
Yeah.
For early PC, I do have World of Warcraft, so whenever I somehow managed to get time on it, that's like all I did.
The prepaid cards, it was like $30 for
Yeah.
2 months or something.
Yeah, which I
Yeah.
feel like even today, like $15 a month is still a lot, you
Yeah,
know?
it is, and that was back
So,
then. That
that
was
was back
like,
then.
yeah, that was but I
So
mean,
it
it almost felt with how that game was for what was, like, available at the time, and it played well, like, didn't the it was always
it definitely
notoriously
stood
good with,
out.
like, you could have a potato with, like, a hard drive in it, and it would, like, run it. It was pretty good at running on any PC, which made it pretty accessible. I played it on my
Yes.
grandma's computer, so I
Oh, that's
feel
how you
like
know it's really accessible.
yeah, I'd have the settings down, but it was playable. It was in low settings, but I could play it.
That one was good. For me, it was mostly the OG game, and then once they started coming out with like all the expansions, like Burning Crusade and stuff, I kind of like tapered off,
Mhm.
and I can't remember when I came back. I think Lich King kind of pulled me back
Lich
in
King
for a
was
little bit,
good. Yeah.
but like by then, I was like, "There's already so much stuff I like missed,"
Uh-huh.
and then I kind of fell behind. But the OG game it was good, but it was a grind. Do you remember
Oh,
trying to
yeah.
get, like, other alliances, like, animals to ride and mounts and, like, all the
Yeah.
reputation grind
Mm.
for that, and the gold was insane to get?
Yeah, I bought gold. I'll say that. I did well, once. It wasn't like an ongoing thing, but
Yeah.
I think Blizzard clocked me on that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, years later, I looked at an email and it's like, "Your account is, like, like, paused or whatever," and I'm like,
Oh.
"Huh?
You reply back from an email in, like, 2004, "Excuse me?"
Excuse me? You accusing me of what? Where's your proof?
Yeah, where's your proof?
Where's your proof?"
For the 360, I know you had multiple, you had a runner-up and stuff, but it was definitely a toss-up between Fallout New Vegas and Oblivion, but the determination came down to time sink. Pretty sure I spent a lot more time in Oblivion
Yeah,
than I did New Vegas.
there you go.
Oblivion is just so good.
It was.
It got to the point where if you leveled, then the monsters level with you. So then like I like stopped leveling. So then all the creatures that would come after me were like rats and goblins instead of
Mhm.
like the Daedric lords and
Yeah.
all these other things and like the weird alligator monster thing. I can't remember what it's called at the moment, but they had some pretty insane critters I didn't want to didn't want to
Didn't
see.
wanna
So I
deal
stayed
with, yeah.
yeah, so I stayed like level 2, but then like had crazy stats for everything else.
Oh my
Just didn't go to
gosh.
bed.
Yeah, there you go,
You
yeah.
can't level if you can't go to sleep.
Mhm.
For the DS, 3DX, 3DS, whew, I have Pokemon X. That
That was
was pretty
good.
good. I remember bringing it to college and the people I played Peak with that you got mad at me, that we we got into breeding Pokemon and doing that and like battling them and trying to like assemble the best teams. That was pretty good. I had no idea what IVs were or whatever. I was just playing it to play, and they're like, you just get a bunch of eggs, and some of them are like better than others. And it's like then I
Yeah.
remember bringing like a million mucks for no reason, just to just to
Oh,
pull a weird Pokemon that they wouldn't expect in battles.
yeah.
It did work. It did work. You get muck with toxic, and they're pretty much good as dead. And then even Quags, like Quagmire, Quagsire, and them not expecting lightning not to work. Just the random ones.
Yeah. I played a lot of
PS2,
X.
yes. PS2, Kingdom Hearts. I think that's the only reason why I got a PS2.
Good reason, good reason.
Yeah, because it just looks so good. It
Yeah.
took me years to be able to get it, and I think I got like a used one from a buddy, but it was enough to be able to play Kingdom Hearts, and
The
and,
Taco
and that
Bell
I
didn't
did.
send you one?
What?
Taco Bell didn't send you one?
That'd be pretty legit. Do they have a promo for something like that? Or are you just
Making a joke because of your Xbox.
Well, Taco Bell did have that promo for winning an Xbox, I think,
Yeah,
right?
they
When
had
like
one
it's
for like
like a
everything
limited
though. They had
edition.
like one for the 64 too, for like Mario
Oh,
Kart.
did
And
they?
yeah, they did. I
Give
watched
me
it.
that limited edition Baja Blast N64.
Spicy.
It's spicy.
Oh my god.
So I have mid PC here, Skyrim. Played crap ton of Skyrim, probably way too much. For the Switch, I have Pokemon Legends Arceus. That one I held off for a while. I just knew it was different, and I wasn't sure I wanted like a different change of how the Pokemon like style was of the game.
Yeah.
But I bit the bullet there, and Arceus ends up being like one of my favorites because it's just great.
Yeah.
You could be attacked by Pokemon. It's all like
I heard they're making some new
true open
changes
world.
to the new one coming out, like to the combat.
Yeah, that one they have like live time, so it's not like turn based anymore. So like you
Oh.
could actually like command your Pokemon to like dodge, or you could just kind of run and instruct them to like move out of the path of something
You're like
oncoming.
dodging lightning yourself. Dodge
Yeah,
if you can.
I'm also dodging lightning, and they have to dodge lightning.
Sounds kind of fun. I like
It-
chaos. I like chaos.
yeah, and they have something where it's like if one of them like shoots like flamethrower or something, you could also launch like blizzard or something at it. And I
To
don't
like negate it or something.
Yeah, it alluded to like it negated it, but I'm not sure if they're actually gonna like fully commit to that or not. But
Yeah.
I'm really excited for Z to A.
Yeah. No, I'm
Late
excited.
late PC here. Just like your Expedition 33,
I like it.
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 popped up.
LOL. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, like slick deals, like a deal site that I go on, and Reddit. Both of the websites who are known for being critical of like nearly everything were like, I'm excited for this game. This is going to be great. And
Yeah.
like so many comments. And I'm like, this was one of them I bought on a whim. And because two groups also agreed that they're excited for it. And I'm glad I bought it because now I'm stuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm back on the first one before I go back to play the second one, probably in hardcore mode. But Switch 2, Mario Kart World. I don't really have many Switch 2 games, so that's
Same.
it.
I don't think many people do.
Yeah.
Unless you have like you just have Switch games on the Switch too.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Z to A. When does that even come out?
Mid-October, I believe.
So we're
Not
getting
gonna
there.
lie, I'm tempted to take a PTO day so I can play it.
Yeah, yeah. I've done that.
All right. Yeah,
But
that was pretty good. That was both of our games throughout time. Do you have anything else to add?
no,
Any ones that you
I
remembered?
feel like it took about as long as I expected. Not it could have been worse. I mean, I was like, oh, it seemed like a good idea, and then like I'm like, there's a lot to go through here. But
I know you're reminding me of things as you were going, and I'm like, ah, snap, that's
I
right.
heard you typing as I was talking. You're like, yeah,
that's right. The GameCube was a thing. It
yeah,
happened.
that was a console. I did have that. Oh, dang. But no, there was so many good games on these older consoles. And as I
There
talked
were.
about earlier, go back to some of these old games. Like you'll be surprised of how much you enjoy it. It's not like, oh, it's old, it's going to be bad. Because some of my favorite games were games I played as an adult going back to them.
Mhm.
And so it's definitely worth checking some of these out. So, any of the games we mentioned you're interested in, let us know if you try them.
Yeah, definitely.
And also let us know in the comments what your favorite games are and for each of these consoles. If you have
Yeah,
the
have you
time.
heard of Minecraft?
Have you heard of Minecraft? But that's all I have, Ryan.
Thank you, Benjamin. That was quite the episode. I'm glad we cut out some other parts because
Yeah. We would have been hitting that
we
2
definitely
hours
filled our
again.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. But seriously, thank you everyone for listening. We appreciate it a lot. And like Ben said, please let us know what your favorite games were. If you agree with us, if you disagree, and what you also enjoy. You don't have to give us a full list. If you
Or
want
if
to,
you
you
don't play
can.
games and you're just here hang out.
Yeah, yeah. Or if you really hate games and somehow listen to us for an hour and a half and want to
Hey,
comment,
props.
please
Yeah.
do. Yeah. All right. Thank you, everyone, very much, and we'll see you in the next episode of the podcast.
All right. See you
Good night.
guys. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.
No more